Okay.
All right, I'll get started here. Disappointed with the outcome. Did some really good things in this game and did some things that we have to improve on. Made too many mistakes to beat a quality opponent like Auburn on the road. There's things all of us need to do better, but there's an awful lot of good things, a lot of things to build on. I think there was 2, 3, 4 plays that once again can swing the game, and certainly about a 5-minute span there where we turned it over essentially twice with the fumble and with the option with the fake punt. So things, I thought we did well. I thought we were very physical, kept them off balance for a good portion of the game. We have to get the ball in there at the end of the first half. I think that's obviously a critical moment, to score, to get some points there. In the drive prior to that, we were starting to get it close to field goal range as well and got the hold and took the sack. And so 2 possessions there at the end of the first half were critical, along with the 5-minute stretch there in the second half with the 2 turnovers. So big turning points in the game there. So I'll open it up.
Curtis, can you hear?
Yes, we can hear.
Okay, could you hear Coach Stoops?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. You're up first, bud.
Coach, just thoughts on Terry Wilson's game, how he came back in first game coming back from injury.
Oh, there's a lot to build on there. There's a lot he can do better, but I think the turnovers were a big piece of it for him, and that's hard to simulate that in practice, and so I think that's the critical area where he needs to improve is securing that football in the run game, and then with the interception late in the first half, bad decision there. But I think he did a lot of positive things and a lot to build on. So just like most of our guys and all of us, some good and some needs to improve.
I remember raise hand for questions. First one from John Hale.
Mark, what was the explanation you got from the officials on Chris's play at the goal line right at the end of the half? It looked like on review he was in the end zone, so it wasn't really clear what exactly they ruled in that situation.
I don't understand it either. He was clearly in. I really can't get a good explanation. I didn't really get good explanations all day. I don't know if us wearing these masks and all that. I don't know. But that was a tough. That was a big swing.
Josh Moore.
Hey, Mark, just to follow up on that a little bit, it was a big swing, but how much did that carry over into the second half? What was the guys' mood from there?
Well, we can't let it. I don't know if it did. I mean, we came in at half knowing that we were doing some very good things, and certainly our guys felt comfortable. They felt, physical, and felt like, we knew it was going to be a tough game, a close game, and whether that affected us or I don't know. We certainly didn't get off to a fast start. I think 2 3-and-outs offensively really hurt us to start with.
Nick Roush.
Was Max Duffy's fake a called fake, or was that a situation where he got a read and just took off?
Stand there. That was a situation where it was a read, and that's not on Max. That's on me. That's on us. We had it on when we were down 2, the possession before, but we turned it over and we fumbled. And then we went back out, and being down 9, That's not when you call that. That shouldn't have put that on Max. That's my fault. I got to communicate. I got to, take that off with my special teams coach before, prior to Max going out there. Take that read off of him. So that's on us. That's on me.
Derek Terry.
Mark, how much did this game kind of play out the way you wanted in terms of, you won the time of possession, outrushed them, outgained them. Obviously the turnovers were big, but along those lines was kind of the style of game you wanted to play?
Definitely gave us a chance to play, or a chance to win. There's no question. There's critical moments in games that, you have to execute. And our players know that. You could play 95% of the game right, and if you play 5% of it wrong in certain critical areas, you're not going to win. I thought we played a big portion of this game very good, very physical. Did some things we want to do. But so there's a lot of good things to take away, and then there's mistakes. There's also individuals that make a difference, and they have a wideout that's an absolute monster, and he's hard to match up with. And what they do, it's hard in certain situations to double them. And one play we had today, we essentially had one under and one over, and he went up and made that incredible catch. And then the one late in the game was was tough. It was a tough situation. We're on 3rd and 4 there. They have options, and he's a tough matchup on anybody in the league. Made 2 incredible catches, and so I think there's critical plays, there's critical moments. Then there's some great individual efforts as well, and you have to credit them on that one, and certainly Seth.
Larry.
Mark, just what you've seen, the mistakes that you're talking about, ones that
Larry.
I said the mistakes that you were talking about, those that you feel are easily correctable, or the kind of upset you more with a veteran team?
No, I think there's a lot of things that none of us like. There's no warm-ups. There's no, you're going right into it on the road at Auburn. There's not a team in this league that's not going to make mistakes. There's the ones that can make the fewest and have the ability to overcome the mistakes. So we certainly made some and need to get them corrected, but I'm very confident we can get them corrected and move on.
John Hale.
Mark, you all acknowledged all through camp that Terry was going to have some rust that he was going to have to shake off. How much of his mistakes today are things that you think he can get corrected just by playing more after the long layoff?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. Yeah, he'll build on this. He'll bounce back quickly and be ready to play next week. And so I thought there's a lot of positive things here that he did.
All right, we got 2 more. Jeff Drummond.
Hey, Mark, I was wondering about Cavassier's play, about 9 yards of carry today.
Yeah, Cavassier, I know he had a big run early. He was running hard. I think they have some, very talented linebackers that are active. I thought we were close to ripping off a couple other big ones. I thought he really did a good job. And we did this all last year, right? It's one guy or the other or the other. I mean, we feel like there's 3 good guys and really more, but those 3 that get the majority of the carries any one of them can have the big play or the big moment. And it was nice to see Cavassier play well in his home state.
All right, we'll wrap up Coach Stoops with Josh Moore.
Mark, seemed like Akeem Hayes and DeMarcus, I know he had the fumble there late, but it seemed like those guys kind of stood out as far as guys who hadn't really played a whole lot before. Just can you talk about how did they kind of meet your expectations of them today, or could they have done more?
Yeah, I was disappointed with the fumble as well late there. And, but they both have the ability of really worked hard. It was nice to see Akeem make a big play, a couple big plays, and do some good things. So, overall more efficient throwing the ball, just looking at the stats here. 22 of 38, for 200, almost 240. So, they're efficient. We missed some. Well, we had a couple of plays there that set up another one of our sidelines that we had set up again. A play we hit earlier with the wheel route and was open. I think we threw that one out of bounds just a touch. But, we have the ability to get, to build on what we did throwing the ball.
All right, appreciate it, everybody. We'll get the players in here shortly.
Thank you.
Got Terry Wilson here. Go ahead and get started with questions. John Hale.
Terry, how did it feel just to be out there today, and how much of some of the mistakes, whether it was the fumble or the interception, can you attribute to just rust and having to work through some things after a year off?
It felt great to be back out there. It's just tough to win a game when you have turnovers. For myself, I have to do a better job on, holding on to the ball while I'm running. But I just feel like, being off a year, I haven't been hit at all. So, no excuses, but just have to be able to hold on to the football.
Josh Moore.
Hey, Terry, that play at the end of the first half, I know you had the interception there, but before that, it looks like Chris goes in. How did you all feel? Like, how much did you think – was he in, and how much did that affect you guys in the second half, you think, going out?
We definitely thought he was in. I thought it was going to be a touchdown after they watched it again, but, it wasn't. So, we just have to, move forward. That's over with now. We can't just, dwell on it. So, just got to keep moving forward and get better.
Nick Roush.
Early on, a lot of your throws were screen passes into the flat. Was that a concerted part of the game plan to see a couple early completions before y'all went downfield?
Yeah, it was just, get the ball out quick. Just kind of the thing to see what they're going to do, how they're reacting to that. But, really the game plan was just to get the ball out of my hands quick and get the ball to the receivers so they can, make some plays.
Larry Vaught.
Yeah, Terry, obviously the play after it was ruled that Chris didn't get in, you ran the ball the next play. Can you kind of talk about the thought process on that play and the play on the interception, all kind of what was going through the process there?
Yeah, so I was rolling out to the right. I had an edge pressure guy. He was coming off the edge. So I really didn't have as much time that I needed to make the throw. I thought I had Chris open. And then 23, he just came off of his guy and just came back and intercepted it. But, it happens. But we can't, turn the ball over, especially on the 1 yard line. And, I just knew I had to go, try to make a play and stop him from scoring.
What happened on the play before when you tried to run the ball yourself and they seemed to stop you right there just short?
Yeah, I just didn't get in.
John Hale.
Terry, it did look like some of your young receivers stepped up today, some guys we hadn't seen before, Akeem Hayes, DeMarcus Harris. Obviously, Josh had a big game. How encouraging was it to see those guys make plays, especially after last year when they didn't get used a whole lot?
It's huge. We know those guys can make big plays. They've showed us, this whole camp. The receivers, they work really hard. They work really hard, and I don't feel like they get, enough credit as they should. But, they put in a lot of work, and, they're just growing, and we're just looking forward to getting better and getting back out there on Monday and correcting our mistakes.
Lonnie. Lonnie, you're muted, bud.
Okay.
Yep, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Terry, I just want to continue on the discussion about Akeem Hayes. It appears to me that this young man, I think he came here with the reputation of having some speed, and so do you think going forward that you'd be using him more maybe because he can create separation and what have you, or what do you see for his future here in the offense?
Of course. Akeem Hayes, he definitely has some speed to him, and he's a shifty guy. He can get open if he needs to. And, I think that's what we like about him is that, he could run really good routes and, he uses his speed really well. It makes it easier for me to get the ball to him. So, Akeem, he has, tremendous speed to him, and, he's going to be a threat to defenses.
All right, we'll wrap up with Nick Roush.
Well, what positives? I know a lot of folks are going to focus on the turnovers, but what positives can you take from this game going into?
We did a lot of big things, good things against, a good team. Like I said, you can't win. It's hard to win a game with, that many turnovers. But overall, as an offense, we did a lot of big things, and, we just have to, shake that one off and just move on. We have a lot of leaders on this team, so we just have to kind of practice ready to go.
All right, guys, appreciate it. We'll get DeAndre in here ASAP. Square here. Curtis.
DeAndre, what was it like being out there first game of the season? How do you guys performance overall?
It felt good to finally be back out there. I feel like we played good. We just had a lot of mistakes, it happens in the first game. We just got to go back and watch film and clean it up.
Talk about that fourth down play you made. How did you end up being able to do that?
I knew I was blitzing, and I wasn't going to let anything stop me. I was going to get through the whole line. And when I got through, I seen the back had the ball, and I was like, I just got to get him down, make a play.
John Hale.
DeAndre, obviously, Seth Williams, the wide receiver, had a huge game for them today. Just what kind of matchup problem was he for you guys, just in general, and how big a deal was that?
He's a bigger receiver. He's a physical receiver. He has great hands, so we knew he was going to be a problem coming in. We just tried our best to contain him, and stuff happens.
Josh.
DeAndre, I know it's hard to look at the things you did well and be happy about them right now, but you had a pretty big play there early in the game, and you guys were really, for the most part, going toe-to-toe with them until they kind of were you down a little bit there. Just what can you take away from this one in terms of positives?
Like I said, I feel like we played well. We just got to win our one-on-ones, and we just got to look at the mistakes that we did and just carry it on to the next game and just practice hard every day.
John Hale.
DeAndre, just how emotional was it wearing 22 when you first went out there on the field today, and what did that mean to you?
It was very emotional. I had to control my emotions and play with mentally. But it was good to honor him, and I had fun wearing his jersey, and just continue to pray for him.
Anything else? All right, we appreciate it, guys.